if you're so hard on yourself and like any mistake that you make and you're just calling yourself an idiot and, it's super unhealthy. So like that helped me a lot. Yeah. Like it really did. I read so many books and, it's funny, like the motivation was snowboarding, but the knowledge that I learned from that and it's just life,
way
man.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Way beyond
it's like you can apply that to anything in life, you know? Yeah. And it's funny, that year I won video part of the year. And then I was snowboarding again.
Yeah.
You know? But no, it's like, yeah, dude, I don't know. Confidence. You need confidence to snowboard for sure. Mm-hmm. Right. But I've been snowboarding my whole life. And so of course I'm confident in that. I'm comfortable in it.
Hello and welcome to Sidechannels, presented by the Flyfish Journal. My name is Jason Rolfe.
My name is Kopi Voida.
And we are the editors of the Flyfish Journal as well as your hosts today. One quick note before we get started. If you're listening to the show on Apple or Spotify, this one is actually a video podcast, so you can head on over to YouTube if you want to see our beautiful faces as well as the face of our guest today, Eric Jackson. You had met Eric out on the river in the past.
Yep. Yeah. Bumped into him the very first time on the Skagit a number of years ago, and kind of always been enamored by his beautiful casts that I've seen, and yeah, just general good dude, upbeat attitude, nice guy. And
well, Eric is also known as EJack. He's a snowboarder, total steelhead bum, and newly a hunting, bow hunting, I think specifically, obsessive. And
I'm excited to hear what he's been up to and see what he's got cooking, and hear some stories about steelhead and snowboarding, and
Eric
should be fun.
Yeah, he gets after it. He did Alignment in 2018, a film about the professional snowboarding side of his life, as well as the sort of steelhead bum side of his life. And he's done a lot of other great work over the years as well. So it'll be a good opportunity to chat about some of that, and I guess we'll see what else we get up to.
See what else we can pry out of them. Pry out of ourselves.
Yeah. Before we get there, of course, this conversation wouldn't be possible without the support of Patagonia Fly Fishing. To bring their gear to life, Patagonia is motivated by relentless curiosity and a passion for the wild. They evaluate hundreds of materials, build dozens of prototypes, and spend seasons punishing them in the world's most extreme conditions. I know from experience and from talking to the folks at Patagonia that the work is the guide. They never tire of exploring, learning, and improving. For anglers who move seamlessly between fresh and saltwater environments, which I know you do, I know I do, constantly, their new River Salt wading boots 2 are a nice, lightweight, fast-drying boot that's built to sort of perform across that range of conditions. I took them out the other day for some carping on the flats, and they were fantastic.
Lucky.
They were fantastic. They've got the little, I don't know what you call it, the little drawstring instead of the laces. Okay. Along with some sweet Velcro straps to kind of hold everything together.
No more tying laces?
No more tying laces. I was a big fan of that. I liked the simplicity of it, and I liked not having to deal with laces flopping around, especially when you're not wearing waders. So.
Or popping out of your gravel guard and coming loose throughout the day.
Coming loose. That happens to me all the time.
I mean, I was tying my shoes the other day and I forgot that knot because I never tie my shoes. Maybe I shouldn't divulge this kind of information, but...
Either way, Patagonia's new boots combine abrasion-resistant Cordura nylon mesh uppers That's a mouthful. With a Vibram Mega Grip sole for reliable traction on wet and dry surfaces. The result is a single boot that reliably performs in any scenario. I dig them. They're great boots. Go check them out at patagonia.com/fly-fishing. I think that's enough from us. Let's get to the show.
In the last couple of years, I've really been buying and trading, and it's been good, man. Huh. Yeah, it's been good.
Is it do you see it as an investment?
100%.
As something for your future?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Depends what you're in, but
yeah.
I've diversified pretty much or I sold pretty much everything, and I'm in 3 positions that long term that I feel are good. And yeah.
3 Bitcoins or 3 sort of
different
items that you're...
Yeah. Bitcoin, hype, and cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a couple little gambles. But anyway, we don't got to talk about crypto, but if you're interested.
Well, no,
I mean, foreign language to me.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because Liam,
mm-hmm.
I feel like he's talked to me how he's
Liam Gallagher.
Yeah. Oh, he's listened to some podcasts or something about that stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, I would do. It's a good time right now.
It's a good time.
Today. Everything is red today.
Jumping.
But no, I don't know. It's just like anything else. Investment, you could definitely lose it. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose.
Right.
It's extremely volatile, so you got to have a bit of thick skin. But no, it's good.
Cool.
You just got to ride that stuff out long enough, and
you got to. Hey, you never lose if you don't sell.
Exactly.
Just put it away, forget about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Well, what else? What else do you do with your off season?
Oh, dude, there is no off season anymore. Off season doesn't exist.
Kind of. Well, I mean, in terms of I feel you're just telling us you were actually just hunting. So
yeah, I mean,
you can definitely hunt throughout the year, I'm sure, if you're really chasing it. But probably most people think of, the things that you do, hunting, fishing, snowboarding, are kind of fall, winter things generally.
Yeah. Right.
And so, but are you the kind of person that extends those things throughout the whole year, or
yeah,
is this a quiet time of year?
So,
what's it all look like?
Fishing, I fished forever. Some of my earliest memories as a kid were fishing with my dad.
Yeah. Fly fishing?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Not the very, very beginning, but my mom bought my brother and I a fly tying kit at Kmart.
Nice.
And we were really young, and we just had creeks running all around. We just walked from the house, and
this
fish.
Is California.
Yeah, and Mammoth Lakes, Crowley, but same thing. Yeah. And that was really early on, and so then I just started tying flies. Tied a woolly bugger as my first fly.
Oh yeah,
I'll never forget it, dude. Yeah. Green chenille, some grizzly hackle on there. Probably looked like shit, but it worked. But
it probably caught a fish.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, fishing's just been in the blood forever, and then obviously snowboarding, and there used to be an off season. Snowboarding would end, and then it would kind of be fishing, house projects, beer, and then hunting has really become it's kind of the most exciting thing because it's new,
Yeah.
And so I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
But I see myself progressing, and I'm getting better and better, and so just the addiction just sets in, and and it's so different than fishing because I grew up just catch and release. 99% of the fish I would catch, I'd release, pretty much only would keep trout, backpacking, high elevation lakes, and cook them up. And so it was quite different going from essentially, you're hunting a steelhead, right? You're always looking for them. You're hunting them, and then you catch them, and then you release them. And then the hunting, big game hunting is completely different. You're taking a life. And so it changed my perspective on a lot of things, but the food aspect is, it's the most organic, highest quality food you could possibly get. So that's a huge motivator. And so, I'm on this cycle now where I'll snowboard all winter, and then snowboarding ends, and I'll get a month, and then I go to Texas for axis deer. Mm-hmm. That's end of May. And then Yeah, and then try to do a fishing trip here and there. My wife and I just did a steelhead trip in April, epic spring steelhead trip. That was
cool.
One for the books.
Did your wife fish too?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Nice.
She's fishy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you say where you guys went?
Just up northern BC.
Northern BC.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You could probably put it together where we went.
Yeah. Skeena country.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was kind of wondering, I've got a lot of questions, but I feel like the Skeena watershed is kind of known as, summer steelhead, fall steelheading place, right? Like most people think of the Skeena and the rivers around there, and they think of fall fishing, skating flies, all that. But you're just up there. You've done movies about fishing up there in the wintertime. Mm-hmm. And I'm just wondering, how would you describe the difference between sort of the winter fishing and the fall fishing up there, and just in terms of the quality and the fish and everything else? Because I feel like it's a place that a lot of people don't think of as a wintertime fishery.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the biggest difference is they just don't really eat dry flies in the spring.
Yeah.
Although fishing was so good this last spring that I mean, how many do you need to catch, And so I just started skating a dry, and I boiled one.
Yeah. Nice.
Good boil too. And I couldn't get it to come back, but that was the first spring, whatever you want to call it, fish that I've ever boiled.
Had rise, yeah.
Yeah, so that was fun. But no, I mean, it's completely different. You're getting super fresh fish that are just sexually mature, ready to go, get in, get out, and yeah, man, it's exciting.
Yeah.
For sure. There's definitely a lot more rivers to fish in the fall, summer, fall. But I mean, there's
because more are open, or because more are accessible.
Yeah,
I've never been up to Skeena country. I've never fished any of those rivers. So.
More, they just don't go as high up in the system. So there's just there's pretty much like a cutoff where, I mean, maybe they probably go higher, but pretty much they're not really going higher than the copper.
Yeah.
In the spring.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you're way more coastal. You're catching a lot of fish with sea lice and just I mean, the main stem Skeena proper is so epic. It's the spring fishery there is really cool. So and not that you don't catch super fresh fish with sea lice in the fall, but typically they go a lot further, right? Yeah. And the further they go, the more trouty they get, and I mean, when I go up there in the fall, I'm swinging a skater,
Yeah.
And so that's what you're looking for. But I mean, I've caught plenty of fish on a skater on the main stem Skeena, so it's just harder to find them because they're moving so quick,
Yeah. Did you fish steelhead in California growing up?
Yeah, I did. That's where I learned the Trinity River.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Bobber, copper john, and an egg.
There you go.
That was just the way I was taught.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was 16. My buddy took me on my first trip and caught a fish first day, first run, multiple fish. Just I have pictures, dude. I'm in Hodgman's neoprene waders.
That's awesome.
Classic. And you catch a fish and you're just like, look at this fish, holding it out of the water like this, this far in front of you, and you just didn't know any better,
Yeah.
And then, fished like that for 2 or 3 years, and then I went to the North Umpqua, and I don't think you're allowed to fish bobbers there, but caught my first fish on a swung fly, and I was just like, this is insane. There's nothing else like it,
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, God, because I didn't think that I would feel the eat, because you're so used to just eyes on the bobber, bobber goes down, set the hook, and man, I hooked this fish, and I was with my buddy Terry, and I just am yelling. I'm like, I felt it. It's just, I didn't think I was like, how are you going to know when it eats?
It's such a, it's funny. I was just the other day, I don't know what brought this thought to my head, but I was just kind of like randomly thinking about steelhead eats, on a swung fly that you can't see. You don't know when it's going to happen, and then suddenly it happens. And I mean, it sounds kind of dumb, but I was just thinking about how awesome it is.
Oh, it's the best.
And it's, if you try to describe that to somebody, you're like, well, yeah, I'm standing there with the rod, and sometimes you get a hot fish that, immediately is ripping line off the reel. And that's great. That's awesome. That's just as cool. Maybe the better situation. But sometimes you just get a fish that like grabs the fly and starts yanking.
Or feels like a rock and you don't know.
Feels like a rock.
I feel like
but even, what I was kind of like specifically, what really popped into my mind was just those fish that, it's right away, it's a grab. It's not ripping line off. It's just sitting there, and that fish is down there just like, what the F is going on? Yeah. It's shaking its head. It's maybe, bumping some line off a little bit. But I was just thinking, like, I love that.
Oh, it's the best.
And it's like everything that happens, it's great to land a fish. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to land a fish and touch it and hold it and let it go. But it's like there's
nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
And then you just want to like supercharge that. You start fishing a skater, and it's so
because then you see there's probably like I haven't fished a lot of skating flies. Like the majority of the steelheading that I do is winter, like around here. But there's probably like maybe a split second or something prior to like the eat or a bigger splash where you might see a wake or just some other funny like water texture like near your fly or something that kind of like gives you a head start on like being even more ready.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing about skaters is they'll follow it. I've been watching my buddy Darcy fish, and I'll be like up above, like I'll see fish in there, and he's swinging in, and they'll just follow it. They're so curious, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll just follow it, and they'll go up and they'll miss it, and obviously if you trout strike, then it's over. But if you can just maintain focus and leave it, they'll follow it, and sometimes they'll miss it 3-4 times, and then your swing's done, and you cast back, and a lot of times they'll come back, or you rest it for couple minutes, and but the dry fly stuff or the skaters, whatever you want to call it, you get a lot of really trouty just like sips. You'll just see the nose come up. Honestly, probably my favorite fish of all time, and one of the biggest fish I've ever caught. Dude, I didn't even think it was that big because it just sipped it. It was just like a trout,
super
dude.
delicate.
It was crazy, and then it just turned into a giant. And then you'll get just the explosive ones where they're just like out of the water completely and just attack it. They're curious creatures.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah, it's fun.
So
it's really cool. A lot of people will just if you don't fish a skater a lot, you tend to fish really big foam skaters that just throw a giant wake. Some people pop them, and that's there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're up, I mean, I used to go up there in the fall before I was married for like months, right?
Yeah.
And when you catch a lot of them, and so then you're like, all right, how small can I go?
Yeah.
And so I would just tie these just tiny little, like pretty much like elk hair caddises, but with, it's all in the head, so you just like put a big head on there and you shape it. The size of the head matters on what the water's like. So if it's kind of opposite of what you would think. Like if the water's super fast, you want a really small head.
Yeah.
Because if you have a big head, if it's fast water and it's turbulent, as soon as it goes under, the big head just dives.
Doesn't come back up.
Yeah.
And so the really slow water, you want a big head, and the fast water, you want a small one. But yeah, I just started tying, like just experimenting, like how small can I go? And it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It literally didn't matter. Like they see it, just the tiniest little wake. And if you just riffle hitch it, so it just stays up, they see it, man. So it's fun.
What are your sort of go-to patterns for that skating stuff? Do you have any standbys, or are you the kind of person that changes it up a lot?
I don't think it matters, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think steelhead colors matter at all. I think it's
what about for you?
I just
or
think
does it not matter?
I think it's presentation first and foremost.
Yeah.
Like if there's a fish there and you present a decent looking fly that has some movement. Yeah. I mean, who's to say?
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
Like there'll be some rivers where they're like, they only eat black and blue. And I'm like, that's because that's all you fish.
Yeah.
You know, they'll definitely eat a pink fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't really have patterns. I typically I use a lot of like elk, like elk hair that, whenever I kill an elk, I keep the hair, or moose is really good. Moose is really buoyant. Yeah. And I couldn't even tell you what kind of pattern it is, if they have a name or anything, but pretty much, I met this old timer up in, northern BC many years ago. And his name's Ralph. He's part of the BC Steelhead Society. Mm-hmm. Great dude. He did not like us in the beginning at all.
Just because you guys were like young and
super
like
young,
having too much fun or something.
It's Darcy Baca and myself, and we just ended up camping next to him, and he was so crusty. Did not like us at all.
Just like one word answers. And
just wouldn't even really acknowledge us. Yeah. And then the next year,
was he there first?
Yeah, but it's like we were camped, one camp
far enough away.
Just there's the next one over. Okay. And then next year, like, still pretty much a dick. Yeah. Little, maybe a little bit warmer towards us, but still just like not really like that into us. And then we kind of met his friends, and they were way nicer. And then the next year, he started like kind of warming up to us a bit, and started like chatting with us, and then he realized that we were fishing dries. He hates tips. Like if you're like fishing a tip, especially in this river, like you just don't need to. There's no reason to fish a tip, right? And so he figured out we were skating flies, and so then he started warming up, and then he gave us some flies, and so where I'm going with this is. Like, I don't even know a name for it, but it's just it's so simple, dude. It's just like a shank, like the body's just whatever. Throw some
dubbing or something.
Really anything. You could put some hare's ear on there, wrap it with a wire, and then it's all in the head, and it's basically moose. Yeah, I think he was using moose, and you just do a wing. I mean, it's like it's basically the grease liner, like the pretty similar, hair of the mirror pattern, right? Yeah, it's just but it's not like a muddler where it has like a really big round head. It's just the top of it. Yeah, and he would it takes some learning, but he would shape it in a specific way, and he's the one who taught me about the size of the head really matters depending on the water.
Like anything else?
Well, no, just depending on the water that you're fishing. Yeah, because to me, I'm like, oh, it's super fast water. I need a really big, big head so it floats. Yeah. But it was so counterintuitive to me if you fish a really small one, and especially if you riffle hitch it, it just sits up there and it doesn't get the turbulent water to push it down. So yeah, I mean, just stuff like that. I mean, I'll fish foam too. I'll like if I'm in a rush and I just need to like tie something, I'll throw some foam on there. It's quicker and easier, but yeah, man, it doesn't really matter if it throws a wake. I don't think it matters. I think color is irrelevant. Yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who would argue that, and that's fine. But to me, I'm just like, if it's a good presentation, like if I cast out there and my fly turns over and it does a clean swing across, and I can see the wake the whole time, doesn't matter. Yeah. And maybe it's just nicer to fish like that and not be all stressed out on, oh, is the fish going to eat this?
Of course it is, but sometimes that's easier said than done.
Yeah, so just simpler. Just don't think about it. It's all about turning your fly over, really.
Yeah, for sure. There's something that's just so special about meeting people like that. on the river,
Oh, it's the best.
or on
Ralph.
the beach, or Ralph.
Oh yeah.
Like I met a guy on the Skagit.
Sand?
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
I don't think Sand was his real name. But
Oh, really?
yeah,
Sand.
I heard.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever met a guy named Sand out
No.
there. Well, I wrote about this years ago, but I met this guy. This is when I was still guiding.
I think I met him too, but I think it was before you met him, but I think it was the same spring season.
Anyway, it was kind of the same thing, but
Sorry to interrupt.
this only happened over the course of a few days. But like, I met him at Howard Miller Steelhead Park, and we were camping near each other. Same thing. And at first, he was kind of like, "Oh, you're a guide." Wasn't happy about that. But then
Slowly warmed up.
like we started talking, and I told him, yeah, we're swing only, we're not pulling bobbers or anything like that, and started warming up. And like by the end of the evening, he's like drawn me a map on a pizza box lid.
We're best friends.
Yeah. Well, and he just, it was just one of those things where like, I don't know, it was special.
Yeah.
It was like a connection that like, where are you going to find that kind of connection in any other part of your life?
Totally.
Right. But it's like fly fishing or whatever it is. Fly fishing is, fly fishing really gives itself to sort of the sharing of knowledge and other sports as well. But, you just like, you don't find that anywhere else. And it doesn't, I don't know if it happens.
He
a ton.
just you know this story of when I met him, but just for you, Eric, like I saw him on the highway. I think I had pulled over, he had pulled over, and I passed him and kind of was like, "What's this guy doing?" And then I pulled over at a spot, and before I left to like make my way to the river, he pulled up next to me and he's like, "Fishing?" Like, "Yeah, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "Yeah, they like that spot." Like, "Okay, like, sorry to beat you here. Do you want to fish together?" He's like, No. I'll go somewhere else or whatever. He wasn't even like, didn't have waders on. We weren't like racing each other or anything. And he tells me, he starts talking about the flies that he likes to fish. And I was like, "Huh, okay." And say, "Hey, thanks." We chat for like 5 or 10 minutes and I get down to the river and I'm like, "All right, well, like, anytime like those old timers like tell you something, like freaking ping that, like pin that in the back of your head.
Save that information."
And literally like that same morning before I had, stepped in, I was like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like tying on what he was telling me about.
Yeah.
And I ended up catching, I think it's maybe not the biggest fish, but the biggest buck that I've ever caught out of that river. And
maybe it does matter.
Thank dog. Like,
maybe it does. But
Well, that's that dude. I saw his fly. He showed me his flies, and he basically had 2 flies that he used, different colors, but basically 2 flies tied on shanks. They weren't like intruder style. One was just like your sort of standard marabou steelhead fly. And the other one was kind of like a sculpin, kind of, constructed out of some sort of fur. And those were his 2 flies.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a fly box with, 20, 30
color.
different patterns in it, which, I've got fly boxes with 20 or 30 different patterns, but like,
then it just complicates.
I fish one fly.
It just complicates.
I
the
could
decision.
throw all the other ones out because I've got flies in my boxes that I haven't used in 10 years.
Dude, I have Ziploc bags of flies that for some reason I can't throw away. But you know what's funny though is like, okay, so he has 2 patterns that he fishes, and that's what he uses. Yeah. And he catches fish. Yeah. So like, what do you need to change?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, and it kind of goes to what you're saying is like, it doesn't matter. So you have 1 fly, you have 2 flies. He's got his flies for his situations.
Well, yeah, color matters dependent on water clarity. Yeah. Right. Obviously, like if it's super dirty, you're going to fish a darker fly. Yeah. But other than that, like if river conditions are good, I do not think it's sure. Like if you're on a river, everybody's fishing black and blue, or you're in a with a homie and everybody's fishing dark. Like throw a light one on. Yeah. Like. Yeah. But no, that's cool. Meeting people on the river, it is quite special. I was on the Kispiox River years ago, and I meet this guy, and we were camping in the same spot, so campfire, everybody's drinking whiskey and chilling and telling stories and whatnot. And he's like, hey, I make reels. And I'm like, oh, no way. I was like, let me see it. It's just like this beautiful click and pull reel. I fish click and pull reels.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, dude, that's so cool. He's like, yeah, this is like number 2. He's like, I just started doing this. It's just a passion project. And I'm like, I want one.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, okay. He's like, I live in Bellingham. I'm like,
no way.
I live in Bellingham, dude.
What?
And obviously it's Matt Zinkraff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got one of his reels. I think it's number 4 maybe.
Wow,
That's cool.
And I actually have multiple of his reels now. They're all I fish. They're such nice reels.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's cool, man. You just like who would have thought? You know, out in the middle of nowhere, you meet somebody who just happened to live in the same town, and you connect them with fishing, and now I fish his reels. So.
Well, yeah, and I think that's another sort of way to connect to somebody. Obviously over gear. I think, like, with Ralph or Sand, it's a good reminder. I think, especially, the more time you spend fishing, the more you sort of become those guys.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder to, like, sort of pass that on.
Yeah.
And you meet some 18-year-old out on the river who's kind of figuring out, like, if there's an opportunity to go and sort of download some knowledge for some kid, like, do it.
Yeah, totally.
Share a fly, say hi, talk.
Yeah.
And just, like, keep it going. Keep those connections going.
Yeah, I met some kids, and they were kind of dual guys. They were like gear fishing, but they had a fly rod, right? And they'd never caught one on a fly rod. And I'm like, all right, let me see, what are you fishing? And I'm like, your setup's they did not have the right setup. And I'm like, all right, go fish this spot right here is the camp water. Yeah. I was like, they like to sit right there. Yeah. So they go and they fish it, nothing. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go fish it. And I caught one. And they come down and they're all excited. And so they were like, man, I really I'd love to catch one on a dry fly. And I'm like, but they didn't have a Scandi line. So I was like, dude, here, take a line. Yeah. I had tons of lines, gave them a line, and never seen them again. So who knows if they caught one, but I'd like to think that they did. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it's stuff like that.
Or that it kind of like steered them the right direction, and, You're
putting the right energy out into the world, out into the universe.
Yeah, man, you gotta, you attract what you put out, right?
For sure. Yeah. For sure. So fishing came early, fly fishing even came. I love the idea of, like, a fly tying kit from Kmart.
Kmart, baby, not Walmart. I don't even know if Kmart exists anymore.
I know. I don't think it does. I had an aunt that worked for Kmart my whole life. And then it closed, and I think she was like, well, I'm just not going to work anymore. But I don't know. There's just something so sort of pure about a fly tying kit from Kmart in a way. You know what I mean?
It had a VHS instructional video. I love it. It was so good. All the materials were so ghetto and just like, didn't matter. It worked, know?
Yeah. That's so good. Yeah. Well, when did snowboarding come into the picture? Because, essentially, snowboarding is kind of your job. Yep. Right? Like, you're a pro snowboarder. You get out there and get after it every winter. And when did it kind of come into the picture? Was that also an early thing?
Yeah, probably around the same time.
Because Mammoth is a snow sports area, right? Is that near Tahoe?
It's like 3 hours south of Reno. Okay. So 4 hours or so from Tahoe. In that zone. But just kind of product of my environment, and had an older brother. Okay. Right. So he's snowboarding. I want to do what he's doing.
Totally. And what's the age difference?
4 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
you were like stealing his clothes in high school?
Oh, I had all the hand-me-downs. Yeah. There's some really funny old footage of me snowboarding his hand-me-downs, and it is so big on me. Dude, I look crazy.
But then it, like, turns out to be the style.
It kind of was.
Super big and baggy.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know, just snowboarding for I think I got my first snowboard when I was like 9.
Okay.
And, you know, having the older brother, he was sponsored early on. And so that was obviously what I wanted to do. So I think I had my first sponsor when I was 11.
Oh, okay.
And I was homeschooled.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really nice. It enabled me to travel and just do the whole like contest circuit, the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
And
what kind of were these like freestyle contests, like park stuff?
Yeah,
or
park and pipe.
Park and pipe.
Some
Okay.
border cross early on.
Oh, really?
Early on, yeah. I think I got knocked out on a border cross competition once, and I was like, I don't like this.
I don't
Like
this.
like knocked unconscious?
Yeah, fully unconscious. Yeah. And yeah, I would do like, you know, in the beginning, you're doing the USASA tour, and then if you do good, then you go to nationals, and
Okay.
won that a couple years, and then I was doing like the pro, like the Vans Triple Crowns and the Grand Prix and the U.S. Opens, like all that stuff. And I was never really I was never winning. I would get top 10 here and there, but it just wasn't really. I don't know. I didn't really like it, and then I discovered POW, and kind of figured that like a way where I at that age there weren't a ton of kids my age doing like going out and filming video parts,
Like just doing like big
Just doing
mountain.
the
it was more like
kind of freeboarding.
yeah, I mean there
snow.
were some, but just it wasn't really like most of the kids my age were doing contests.
Yeah.
And
So this is this still like what, early teens, mid teens?
Yeah, early
that
teens,
you're
probably.
starting to.
I think I filmed with Standard Films when I was 15.
Okay.
And I didn't make the film. didn't get any clips. And then Mike Hatchett gave me another chance the next year, and I just got my license, and I went up to Whistler.
Okay.
And that was with Mark Landvik, and I pretty much spent the whole winter up there.
Oh, cool.
And just filmed, and yeah, that was it, man. This is all I want to do. No judges. It was just fun and snowmobiling, and you just kind of get to do whatever you want, right? You can look at a feature and write it however you want to write it, and you know, that's what my brother was doing.
Yeah.
So that's my hero. So that's what I wanted to do. So
Yeah.
man, I got very, very fortunate with snowboarding.
Yeah.
I don't know where I would be without snowboarding, honestly.
Really? Was there ever any other ideas or
There was
sort of
nothing,
roads
dude.
Oh, really?
There was nothing.
No,
I dropped out of high school, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom, senior year, I was I was just snowboarding in Tahoe, and I just had a backpack full of curriculum that I was supposed to be doing, and I just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I was snowboarding.
Yeah.
You know? No parents. I was just like living at Dave Hatchett's house with Mods Johnson and my brother and Mark Landvik, all my heroes, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, did not, never finished, never got a GED. Kind of wish I would have, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like now looking at my life, there's some structural issues.
I have a high school degree and like 3 years at a 2-year college degree, and I have plenty of structural issues. So I don't know that would have completely solved it, but
I just feel
everyone's different.
Maybe it's a feature, not a bug.
I just feel like if you know, you got this deadline and you got to, you know, do the paper and do all the things or do the book report. I had to do some of that, but everything was focused around snowboarding, and my parents were really supportive of it too, which was cool. I mean, we were making money early, you know, not a ton of money, but I got my first paycheck when I was 14.
Yeah.
And so that was just all I wanted to do, which was actually really good for me because I have undiagnosed ADHD, I would say, or something. I don't know what it is, but my brain goes in so many different directions, man. It's really hard to focus on one thing. And that's why snowboarding was so good for me, because that was all I focused on, and it gave me purpose, right? It occupied my brain. And then fishing, you know, we made the film Alignment about kind of the balance of snowboarding and fishing. And fishing was kind of like the opposite of that, where it's your recharge, right? It's like, it's where you rest. So I just had this like really nice balance in my life where I would snowboard, and snowboarding is intense, man. It can be really intense. It's scary a lot of the times, and high adrenaline. And then fishing's just like, you know, the kind of the yin to that yang.
Totally.
And then,
well, and they both bring order, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, it's like, okay, academics wasn't the thing for you, but like whatever energy would have gone into that, it sounds like went into snowboarding at a level that, you know, the vast majority of people aren't going to bring to it.
Yeah.
Right. And that, whatever that, you know, dedication, attention, that sort of drive to push yourself and to excel, it's like, well, you know, I think for a lot of folks, like, you can't find that if you're, you know, worrying about other stuff. It's like you have to zero in on that one thing, right?
Yeah, and it's actually, if you tap into it properly, it can be like your superpower, right?
Totally.
And that's why I just went so heavy into archery and just hunting in general, but archery specifically. You have to be so present, and your brain can't be in other directions. It forces you to just focus on one thing. And it's like I can breathe when I'm doing it, right? It's
yeah, because if you snap a twig, like, it's over, right? In the right moment.
Well, not even that.
Okay.
Just, I mean, sure, yes, but like the act of shooting a archery bow and arrow properly. Okay. It's hard, you know, and it takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of time and practice, and I like to build my own arrows and tune my own bows, and it honestly reminded me of tying flies. You sit down at a vise, you're just totally immersed in this pattern that you're tying, and sitting down and building an arrow or tinkering with your bow, and just doing these micro adjustments to make it just right. And it's just another thing where my brain is just like fully occupied on that. And I think that's why I don't really do anything else than, you know, I like to snowboard, I like to fish, I like to hunt, I like to play music. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, they're like, oh, you live in Bellingham, do you bike? Like, no. Like, I know better. I'll just break myself off. And I grew up in Mammoth, where climbing was, you know, it was a climbing mecca, and I just never was able to like break through and commit to that. So I kind of have this thing where once I commit to something, I'm like all in, tons of structure, like nothing else matters but like those things. But it's really hard to get to that point.
Gotta kind of get through that initial, get over that hump.
How long was it from when you started shooting arrows or picking up a bow and practicing to when you shot at an animal?
Dude, not very long. Straight up. Well, and I'll tell you why. So I just made Alignment. Alignment was the film I made about fishing and snowboarding.
Which is 2018.
2018.
I think, right?
Yeah. And then I started working with Benchmade Knife Company and Beauty, Troy Hellman. He was like, what do you want to do next? And I was like, I really want to get into hunting. I've wanted to for years. It just totally like...
Had you ever hunted prior to this?
Ducks and stuff, yeah.
Okay. With guns?
Yeah. But I was never taught hunting as a kid, right? Nick Innan took me on my first duck hunt in Bellingham here. It was awesome. But I was like, I want to do another film, and I really want to get into hunting, and I just think let's talk. And so we just started talking, and this idea came where it's like, okay, well, let's get you a bow, and let's just document the whole thing, and then make a film about your first elk hunt. And so he introduced me to these guys in Oregon, the Born and Raised Outdoors guys. They took me on a hunt just for me to watch, right?
Oh, cool.
It was a really cool experience. They introduced me to this guy, Johnny.
Was that an elk hunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's, we don't got to go fully into it, but he killed an elk. It was just him and I. I'd never taken an animal apart. It was crazy,
So you kind of started learning that and just seeing the process too.
Just like, this is what it's all about. And then back straps on the fire that night. I'm like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And so I put this whole project together that I wanted to do. And then I drew Montana that year. I guess it was the next year. So I went hunting in the fall of it was maybe 19. And then, so then I put in, cause for an elk tag, and then I drew, and Sitka came on board and was like, we're going to make this film. And so then it became real. So I probably shot a bow for like 10 months before I went on my first hunt.
And you shot elk.
I did. Yeah. We made a film. It was called River. Really cool film.
Yeah.
It was one of the few that I'm actually proud of. I'm hard on myself, but that one I'm super proud of.
Where do you think that hard on yourself comes from?
Ooh, good question, man. You want to go deep here?
Well, I asked that because
Jason's pretty good at those ones.
I am good at that.
No, we can talk about it.
I asked that because I was just getting ready for this. I was reading stuff and watching stuff, and I was like, just thinking Eric seems like somebody who is very confident, which
I love this. Keep going.
Yeah, which makes sense. I feel like, if you're doing the stuff that you do, primarily, the crazy snowboarding shit that you do, there has to be a level of maybe it's confidence, maybe it's also a sort of commitment, right? But it's you make your plan and then you do the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess, and so, I was kind of, had that impression.
That's cool.
But then
man.
I was kind of
cool.
wondering, does that, I'm sure there are moments where the confidence is not so easy to grab hold of.
Oh man.
And I wonder,
it just goes to show I am not very confident. I've never had high self-esteem, dude. I guess I'm good at hiding it. But no, dude, I battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
High highs and really low lows. It's been like that my whole life. And so I, being hard on myself, I think it kind of goes to self-talk, right? How you talk to yourself. Yeah. And I had a sports psychologist when I was 21. I was injured and I was in a really dark place. I didn't know if I was going to snowboard. I was sponsored by Nike at the time, and they had a ton of really good resources. They really helped me. We were talking about self-talk. He's like, how do you talk to yourself? I'm like, not very good.
Not very nicely.
And he goes, would you ever talk to another human the way that you talk to yourself? And I just thought about it. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Yeah. And that put it into perspective. That's right. It's man, if you're so hard on yourself and any mistake that you make and you're just calling yourself an idiot and, it's super unhealthy. So that helped me a lot. Yeah. It really did. I read so many books and, it's funny, the motivation was snowboarding, but the the knowledge that I learned from that and it's just life.
Way
man.
beyond.
Yeah.
Way beyond
It's you can apply that to anything in life, Yeah. And it's funny, that year I won video part of the year. And then I was snowboarding again. Yeah. But no, it's yeah, dude, I don't know. Confidence. You need confidence to snowboard for sure. Mm-hmm. Right. But I've been snowboarding my whole life. And so of course I'm confident in that. I'm comfortable in it, you know, and I understand it. And then, you know, there's other things like hunting where like, I mean, I don't consider myself a good hunter at all. Like I'm really committed to it and I work really hard. I hunt really hard. I've had lots of success, but I make a ton of mistakes, you know? And, so, you know, I'm pretty hard on myself there, but it's all just like, I've definitely grown a lot and I'm much, better at finding the good in your mistakes and learning from the mistakes. Super cliche, but it's so true, man. You gotta like, okay, what did you do right? You know, what was out of your control? There's so much. Like, dude, we used to go on snowboard trips and, you know, you'd get skunked from the weather and I would just be so affected by that and just be so down. And it's like, you didn't have any control over that.
Yeah. Can't let that affect.
That sports psychologist taught me something where he said, don't waste energy on things you have no control over. Yeah. And that has stayed with me my entire life. It's so true, man. It's really easy to get worked up over things that that literally was out of your control. So just like let it go, you know? So spurts of confidence, spurts of not confident. I feel like I have social anxiety. Which is super weird.
You know, it's one of those funny things, right? Because like a lot of your work involves you putting yourself out there.
Oh yeah.
Putting yourself in front of people. You know.
Like everything is being filmed a lot of the times, and you kind of like maybe don't get as much time to yourself, or where you kind of don't have to be on either, you know, like physically on the snowboard, but like also when you're not, you still might be on camera and feeling like,
Nah, dude, I've learned to, you know, just you get a couple beers in you, you know, it's like,
loosen up a little bit.
But yeah, dude, I am good at hiding it. I've been talking about it more too. Just like, dude, I go through dark times. I do. And I think it's important to talk about it. And I have a lot of like really good support and like, I'm fine, you know, like I'm good. I have friends who you worry about, you know? And so like trying to just keep that in perspective and not make a bigger deal about it than it is, you know? We all go through it one way or the other. Some people just go through it more aggressively than others, you know? So, but yeah, man, that's cool that you see me as confident, dude. That makes me feel good, dude. Thanks.
I mean,
I would second that. And I feel like a lot. So the first time we met, I don't know if you remember, but it was on the Skagit.
I remember.
And like, I'm not going to get into like where we were right now.
I know exactly where we were.
Right. But knowing how you got there, like tipped me off to how you got there. And so I feel like I stole like your way in after a while, but like seeing you fishing there, and the fact that you accessed it from a different way than I did, I was kind of like, Eric's on top of his shit, dude. Like, he knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, he's here for a reason. Like, I should keep fishing here. Like,
it's a good spot.
So, it's a good spot.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, and I don't even know if confidence is, you know, exactly the right word, but it's it's like, confidence. It seemed to me like somebody was just comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, in their own shoes.
Yeah, man. I love that. I take that, dude.
You can replay this of him saying that whenever you want to.
I mean, dude, there's times for sure like that. And something I've been thinking about a lot. I would love to get to a place in my life where my happiness, mental health, whatever you want to call it, isn't determined by circumstance. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, things are good, you know, you go on a hunt and you get a deer, or like you go on a sweet fishing trip and you're just high, you know, it's like you're so good, but it doesn't last, right? And so I'd love to just have like a level baseline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
But it's also
I don't.
It's also kind of being comfortable with the lows.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
right?
it's hard.
That's
dude.
the really tricky part for
Yeah.
me is like noticing it and kind of thinking about it and just being like, okay, this is okay. It's gonna pass.
Yeah.
You know, these circumstances will change, whatever it is, and it's
Yeah.
that's
It's good.
the human struggle.
Yeah, it's the truth,
Right.
dude. It's the truth. But yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, like people see, you know, your social media or movies or whatever it is, and they get this this idea of who you are, or you know, or like he makes all this money, or he's got it all figured out. But like, dude, everybody is. You never know what people are going through.
Totally.
You know,
Totally.
And it's like, dude, I'm just trying to figure it out like everybody else, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like so thankful for just the life that I've been able to live. And I'm so blessed with that. Just, I didn't deserve anything. I didn't deserve this, you know? So yeah, just trying to like.
I mean, you probably deserve it.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I do work hard.
Yeah.
I do. Like if I can commit to something, like I do work really hard, and I have very good structure, but other things in life like taxes, not very good structure.
My wife and I are terrible about that too.
Extension.
Always late.
I'm just never late, but I'm the last day pretty much for no reason at all. Just like pretty much every year. But, yeah, man, it's good. You got like I appreciate you saying that. That's good. I'm accepting that.
Of course.
So like when you're filming in like remote places, big mountain type stuff, I mean, I have never been in those environments. Most of my snowboarding was inbounds at a resort. I took an avalanche course and had a peep for a little bit, but never had like all of a sudden buddies that I would kind of feel safe with, you know, going out and do that. But there's just got to be like checkbox after checkbox after checkbox of like your procedures and protocols and all this that you kind of like double and triple check. And obviously the crews are tight, I imagine. So I guess there's tons of like risks, but you also manage it in ways that you're comfortable with. And you've spent a fair amount of times on like water masters, like floating rivers and whatnot. So I'm just wondering like if some of that goes through your mind like when you're fishing or if it's like kind of a bit of an exhale for you. Because the reason I bring this up is it's just like it occurred to me like maybe it was around the time that like I stopped snowboarding a bit, kind of retired, but that was kind of like the most dangerous thing I was doing. And
like
not
floating
even,
rivers?
Not even, no, snow.
Oh, snow, yeah.
And not even backcountry, but just inbound, because it's like, oh yeah, like I could, you know, crash and, you know, break myself off pretty bad. And not even backcountry. But then I started thinking about like how I would not hesitate to jump in someone's boat that I hadn't floated with before and not wear a life jacket, and how actually like that's probably like the most dangerous thing you're doing. Like,
totally.
And I don't know, it's just like something like at times I think about, and especially with a lot of like fly fishermen, like not wearing life jackets or even like wading swift water. And you know, thankfully like we don't hear about those sort of accidents like a whole lot, but they happen. And I don't know, I'm just wondering if you kind of see those things vastly different. I mean, they are vastly different, but
I don't wear a life jacket. I probably should. I mean, I've been rowing like for a long time. I'm pretty confident. Obviously, there's certain, you know, rivers and sections that like
where it's like I'm putting my life jacket on. Yeah.
But no, a lot more risk in snowboarding. It's just the backcountry stuff that we do. Dude, a lot goes into it. I do a avalanche course up in Nelson, BC at Baldface Lodge, and try to do that like every 2 years just for like a refresher. It's a really good course, and it's really cool, man, because we never had that like growing up. Like I didn't take an avalanche course for, I don't know, a long time, right? And you know how to use your gear, you practice with it, but it's getting way more normalized to like people are dialed. Like my crew is dialed in the backcountry, and I'm not going out with people who aren't dialed.
Right. Or that you don't know that.
Yeah. Or if there is somebody who you're not super familiar with, like maybe you just make different decisions, and like maybe I'm not gonna ride that. Is this guy gonna dig me out if an avalanche goes? Like I don't know. But yeah, I mean it's hard, man. Snowboarding is like, it's dangerous. Yeah. And it's just, dude, we lost like some really, really good people last year, or I guess 2 winters ago now. But it sucks, dude. It's the worst. You know, like one of my very best friends just gone.
Yeah. The guys up in BC.
Yeah, Alex Pashley.
Yeah.
Jeff Keenan and this guy Jason. He was a guide. I didn't know him, but just tragic all the same. So yeah, I'm definitely more on edge, or just I choose what I'm gonna ride. A lot more thought goes into that than say if I'm gonna go float a river.
Yeah,
Totally.
I will say though, when we were filming Alignment, Connor, I'd never worked with him before, but I hired him. He flies here. I go take him on a local river, and because we weren't ready to go north yet, and dude, I'm like, all right, here's a just hairpin turn with a giant log jam. I'm like, just follow I'm like, you good? You good? He's like, yeah, I'm totally good. I'm like, all right.
You're floating?
In, like,
floating, Watermasters.
Watermasters, okay.
He's no life jackets. and I'm right next to him, and I'm like, all right, just follow my line. Go the inside and just back row. Yeah. Just doesn't follow my line. Literally goes directly into the log jam, wedged. I'm like, I am gonna kill my filmer first day. And I'm like, dude, I get out of my raft. I'm dragging my raft up. There wasn't really much I could have done.
Yeah.
And he's like up in the Watermaster, water down the waders. Like it was gnarly. Mm-hmm. It was really gnarly. And it happened so quick. And for me, like, yeah, it's there, but I'm not going in that log jam. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so it's important to know your, just to know how quick it can happen, you know? And
it's scary.
It's super, super scary. He was fine.
Yeah.
But, that's something that I actually, when I'm floating with my wife, I'm like way, way more, aware of everything. And I'm quite, if there's any sort of consequence, I'm like right next to me, follow my line. This is what you do. And, it's just like when there's other people involved than yourself, like you're in charge of yourself, but when you're responsible for other people, it changes the dynamic.
For sure.
It's a funny thing, because I feel like there's rivers that I've floated that like there's tricky spots in these rivers. There's rapids, you name it, and it's like if I'm by myself or with Kopi or another buddy, like I feel fine. I'm not super stressed.
Totally.
But like I think about doing that with my wife and kid in the boat, and it like kind of terrifies me.
Yeah.
The idea of having them in the boat and like making it's like it's the same river.
Yeah.
And it's funny how it just like that little tweak can kind of change things for you a little bit.
Have you swam in waders before?
Dude, I was just going to tell this story. I swam this spring bad, really bad. Honestly, it was like afterwards, I was
kind of shook you.
A little sobering.
I was fine, but I was way deep with my wife and my dog.
Yeah.
Like if I was to go down, I mean, they would have been okay. But dude, we're like not a new river, but a river nobody fishes. Didn't even know fish go up it, right? And it's just so terrible to get up it. And we fished it a couple years ago and found a fish. So we're like, all right, there's fish in there. And so we go. it was my wife's birthday, and she goes, all right, I go, what river do you want to go fish? And we named it Oh Fuck Yeah, because we didn't know if there were fish there, and we fished all these runs in the very top. The last run we were gonna fish, she's fishing, she hooks one, she goes, oh fuck yeah, and so I was like, oh, nice, that's what we're naming it.
Yeah, cool.
And so she's like, I want to go fish. Oh fuck yeah. Sorry if we're swearing.
No,
it's not chill.
It's all right.
But,
we'll just put the
and so we get to the first run, and I'm like, you fish it. And we just been slogging up this. It's a terrible, like, I'm not going to say where it is or anything, but I honestly don't care if you want to go fish that. Like, like hats off, dude. Yeah. And she's like, no, you fish it. And I'm like, all right, go. I get a fish immediately. And I'm like, oh, there's going to be fish everywhere. The river was perfect. And so then we just kept the next run, nothing. I'm like, how are there no fish in here, dude? Like, good for one. And there was such an insane run. It's like a very high gradient. It's just super gnarly rapids, and there's just like a perfect pool in between, like two giant canyons, right? And I'm like, there has to be a fish in here.
Yeah.
And so there's a giant log that is probably 4 feet from the bank, and it's really deep on the bank and really deep, obviously, in the middle. And I was just like on the log, just tiptoeing, casting, and I was just like ignorant. I was like, I have to fish the tail out. I have to get to it, right? And I just kept just tiptoeing. And I got to the tail out and no fish, and I'm just like, ugh, I was like, I can't believe there wasn't a fish in there. And what I didn't realize, I'm probably, maybe waist deep.
Yeah. On a log,
deep water on either side.
Oh.
And I was so tunnel visioned that like the resistance of the water to inch myself back up it was much easier to go down than it was to go back up. Right. And I made it pretty far, and the log was slippery, and I slipped, and I went fully in.
Like,
and
straight under.
No, not under. Like, my head didn't go under, but yeah, like full water in the waders, and I'm like floating down, and I like picked myself up and basically like kicked off the log to the shore, and I have my rod in one hand, and I'm like swimming with the other. I think it shook my wife more than me, but I was so surprised. I mean, it's springtime. There's snow everywhere. Dude, I got completely naked and wrung out all my clothes, and then just took my waders, those new Sitka waders, dude. Yeah. Shameless plug. But I just turned them inside out, hung them for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. Mm-hmm. Dude, I was fine. Yeah. The whole rest of the day, my socks were a little wet, but the whole rest of the day was totally fine. We hiked way up, did not find another fish. Couldn't believe it. But that was definitely the most dangerous, because I mean, it was a very, very gnarly rapid below.
Right. Yeah. And you guys were pretty remote.
Very remote. Yeah. And so that I just felt dumb. I was like, man, I put my wife in that situation.
I shouldn't have done
It's kind of funny, right? Because it's like, that's what you look for when you're going. That's what the movie's about: tranquility, like getting into that mind space where it's just like everything else disappears, and you're fishing, you're in that spot. Yeah. But it's like you got to that spot and then didn't realize, like, oh, I gotta get back now.
I just could not accept that there wasn't a fish in there. Everything was perfect. I couldn't accept it. I'm like, it's gonna be sitting on the lip of the tail out, dude. Yeah.
What you got anything coming up in terms of projects, films you're working on? Yeah, stuff like that people should be kind of keeping an eye out for?
It's nothing I can like really talk too much about, but working with Sitka on a film project that I think is going to be really cool.
Cool.
Can't really go into too many details, but
secret stuff.
Well, it's just a little secret, but it just hasn't like fully come to fruition yet. Still just kind of like in the writing. It's quite in depth.
Cool.
And it's cool, man. It's really, really cool being part of the fishing program with Sitka. like been working with them on the hunt side of things, and they came into the fish space, and it's just cool to see to be a part of that at like ground zero, just to have a small part of input and design. And so it's a good opportunity to just dream up some, like, what's your dream project? Let's come up with something that's not just manufactured, something that's actually like a real authentic story, and go try to make a cool project. So yeah, we're working on something. Cool. Probably film it next fall.
Cool.
And yeah, that's on the fish side. And then some snowboard stuff. Got a film working on next winter with Onyx, which is going to be really cool. I've been doing these backpacking trips to areas that I find on the map where I think is going to like have cool terrain to snowboard in.
Yeah.
And so you go in the summertime, you figure out the route, and you find the terrain. And I just found some really cool stuff that I think it'd be really cool to go back there in the wintertime.
And so you're kind of like, more human powered. You're not using helicopters to look at stuff.
No, all human powered, and
cool.
And like there's just this cool juxtaposition from, going there in the summertime, filming this, it's mainly like big couloirs, and like filming this terrain in the summertime, and then transitioning into winter and just seeing the transformation. It's incredible, right?
Yeah.
And so working on that with Onyx right now, which hopefully we get a good winter and that works out. And then working on some hunting stuff with Sitka and Backcountry Hunters Alliance, something that, like, I mean, as you know, there's tons of threats to public land and just a lot of stuff that we're so used to and unfortunately take for granted.
Totally.
Like it just are under threat. Yeah. And so we're talking about doing something up in Alaska for the Ambler Road. It's like a big road that they're going to put in that's really going to affect caribou, mountain goats, sheep, and just kind of trying to, like,
and some fisheries up there too.
Totally.
The she fish. What's that river? Not the Togiak.
Dude,
I can't remember. We had a story. We ran a story about she fish years ago. I can't remember the name of the river, but either way,
I'm curious. I got a text from Ryan Callahan at Backcountry Hunters Alliance today, and he goes, "Dude, can you be in Fairbanks by Thursday?"
Don't you love those texts?
I'm like, dude, no, I fly out tomorrow. Wait, Thursday's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he texted me this yesterday.
But
he's going fishing on the
for she fish.
Koyukuk.
Oh yeah. Cool.
But I think that's I think they're doing something with that Ambler Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
it's right through that same area, I think.
Yeah, just with that, with the roadless rule and just all the threats to the public land, I think that it's really important to talk about it, and it's honestly, it's beautiful, man. I saw so many people come together from, like, take politics out of it, like literally that's irrelevant. We all enjoy the public land. Doesn't matter, it doesn't matter anything, right? This is common ground that we can all get behind. And I saw, like, so many people come together to oppose this sale of the public land that won last year. I forget the bill, but the Mike Lee dude from Utah really wants to sell public land, and it really inspired me. It got me all fired up. I'm like, dude, we need to do more. We do. We need to do more, especially winter sports. I never really even thought that much about public land. It wasn't until I got into hunting that I was like, wow, like, you are really have a good awareness of where the public and where the private land is. Right. And then you see all the work that hunters do for just public land access, right? Totally. And fighting for public land. And I had an opportunity to work on a film in the crazy mountains with Onyx backcountry. It was 2 winters ago, and we it was called Inaccessible, and we basically went to the crazy mountain range where it's all checkerboarded, right?
Where's Crazy Mountains?
It's in Montana.
Okay.
And so you can't corner cross, right?
Yeah.
So there's all these checkerboarded, just giant swaths of public and private land that you just literally can't access. And so we went there and had to do these like giant loops around to access the terrain. We'd be like, I want to go ride that, but you couldn't just walk to it. You'd have to go around, right? And so the whole point of that project was to just bring more awareness to like the action sports community about it. Like, you benefit from all the work that like hunters, anglers do for conservation and public land access. So that just like has really got me fired up and something that I'm passionate about and just want to start, like using my voice, telling people, educating people in a non-confrontational way, right? Not saying like you're wrong, I'm right, but just like, these are the facts. We can all get behind this. Like, let's do something about it, you know?
Yeah. And you're right. It's like one of the very few things that like people from across the political spectrum kind of agree on. Like,
dude, it gave me some hope.
We want public lands. Everyone wants public lands. All the different types of public lands.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep them. Let's not sell them to, XYZ corporation.
Dude,
it's crazy.
It doesn't matter if you fish gear or fly or hunt with a rifle or a bow or ski or snowboard. Like, or you're a bird watcher, dude. It don't matter. Like, it honestly was so refreshing to see everybody come together to fight for public land. And it's just like, we need to like keep riding that, because it's not going away. Like, we didn't just we beat that one. But there's more to come, and it's complicated, dude. Like, with this Ambler Road and the roadless rule, like, it is complicated. It's there's snowmobile zones that these groups are fighting to close down, and I'm like, wait, like, that's I use that. I don't want you to close that down. Like, I'm the OHV guy or the off-road vehicle guy. Like, I use that. But then at the same time, you're like, but I also want to, like, you don't want to just do the roadless rule and open everything up so it's just open season. Like, there needs to be some checks and balances there. So it's like, it's a fine line to toe, and it's complicated. So I think trying to get that out there where you're not alienating one group, right? And just being like what makes sense. Like, we want to protect the sheep here. But like, we don't want to close this down so you can't ride your dirt bike there. And there's a lot we can do. So that's definitely something you'll be seeing a lot more of me talking about and doing some projects around. So that's cool. It's it's always meaningful to kind of have that awareness, blossom in ourselves, I guess. Totally. And I feel like it's happened to me multiple times, over my, I guess, fishing life, just like discovering some new thing that I didn't realize that I need to care about. Yeah, totally. Right. And so, it means a lot. Just got to get everybody else to care as much. Yeah, man. Just get the word out. Call your senators. I mean, there's so many things. There's some crazy thing in Oregon right now where they're trying to like ban hunting like completely, which is just like, what are you doing? Like, it's insane. It's insane, man. And the hardest part, honestly, is separating politics out of it. Because there are, certain things that a certain politician is, or party is pushing and vice versa. And we're just like so polarized. Everybody's just like, just so like against each other. And it's like, no, dude, just like stop, like take that out of it. And just, what do you care about? You know, like if this is what you care about, and like, what do you care about for the next generation? Like fight for that. And, like I said, like the the whole public land sell-off last year that everyone came together and fought for gave me so much hope, dude.
Yeah.
It was like, this is beautiful, man. Like, we're a country united for public land. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd like to just like keep that going and it's social media is tough, dude. People like to hide behind a keyboard and say crazy things.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you gotta just like tune it out and just realize that. Yeah. So don't need to go down that road, but
no, we don't.
All right, one fun question before we go.
Yeah, what do you got
for you? If you had to choose,
oh boy,
between you got a perfect POW day somewhere awesome to snowboard. But the river is also dropping, and there's fish there.
What do you do?
And somehow magically, there's also some elk hunting to be done. Like, which one are you choosing?
Okay, so
have you thought about this before?
Yeah, dude. So I
mean, I'm sure you into this struggle all the time.
In duck season, I have it all the time.
Yeah,
because. It'll be like, dude, it's storming. There's a really good south wind. Duck hunting's going to be super good this morning, but Baker's going to be really good. So what I've done is on like a good arm day where like you don't necessarily have to be there like for first chair. Maybe I'll like get up super early. I'll go duck hunting in the morning and then I'll go snowboarding. And I haven't done the trifecta, but I want to go fishing on the way down and do the trifecta. But man, that's a tough one. I love snowboarding so much.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. Like if you're talking just like a perfect Alaska stable heli day, like I'm probably going heli. I gotta choose. I don't know though. Elk hunting is up there. It's definitely in competition. And fishing is like, I don't want to say fishing's third, but it kind of is. Because it's just something that like fishing's never been a job.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whereas snowboarding, I don't like look at snowboarding. I mean, it's a job. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I'm working with Sitka. Like I'm and other hunting companies too, like that is turning into a job for me. And I never like, it's crazy that happened. I like never got into hunting, for that purpose. Like it just feels natural, and it's really been happening. But yeah, so like hunting is probably my favorite thing in the world right now because I'm new and I have so much to learn. I've been fishing my whole life. It
seems new, and you've never been like burnt out by it yet, or like tired of it or sick of it or needed a break or something.
And I'm not burnt out on snowboarding, but when snowboarding is hard on the body, man, it really is.
Well, and there's just something so like having a new. I go through that a lot, and I've gotten to the point where I realize like I need to consciously not let myself get into new things. Like I need to like focus on a couple things and enjoy them and get good at them and not be bouncing around, right? And it's like, because I don't know, like it's almost like a drug to me, like that excitement of learning something new and figuring stuff out and getting all the little like, getting the gear or getting the little doodads that go with it or like whatever it is, like, and I love that.
It's got to be really good for your brain too.
Yeah.
But just like learning new, even though like, maybe
keep you sharp
psychologically or whatever, like you might feel like an idiot for a minute, like not being good at something.
Yeah.
And so like that I feel like is maybe tough, but I feel like in the long run or the bigger picture, like it's probably really good for our brain.
It's like learning a new language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. And that's really healthy for you.
Yeah.
For sure. So
for sure.
That's
but like hunting, you're feeding yourself.
Dude, there is
like that's gotta be amazing. And like fishing, you can feed yourself.
Sure.
Fishing, even, you know, fly fishing too. Snowboarding, I feel like you're feeding like kind of your brain more.
Brain, and snowboarding is like
and also, and in your case, like your wallet. But
yeah. But snowboarding for me these days, especially, it's like you're in a competition with yourself, right? It's like, how far can you push it? And that's more in like riding lines and not really like hitting like the biggest
or
jumps.
What can I do to be different or better than I was last year?
Yeah,
or the last video part or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just in different tiers, you know, snowboarding, fishing, hunting. But with hunting, like we touched on it a little bit, but like hunting found me when I needed it most. It was so good for me, dude. I can't even describe it. And it just, where I was at in my life, what I was going through, it found me in the perfect time where I was able to just break out of just some negative patterns and just some ruts that I was in, and just really focus on it. And yeah, obviously the food is a huge part of it, but dude, it just takes you to places that you'd never go.
Yeah.
And cool places where you're like, I bet this is awesome in the wintertime. Like, maybe I'll come back here and snowboard. And then on top of that, like, man, I would snowboard all winter, and then it's off season, right? And then I'd just drink beer and fish, and like October comes around, I'd be like, all right, I should probably get in the gym, you know, get ready for snowboard season. Not anymore, dude. Now it's like, I have to elk hunt. I have to be in shape to elk hunt, to be totally fine with carrying 100-pound pack in some terrible terrain. Yeah. And so now that's my motivation, right? And so now I'm like in the gym, I'm working out all summer long. I'm like, I have a goal, right? It's purpose. And before, the summertime was kind of just like this just lull where I would get super down, and now it's like, no, dude, I got a goal. And it's, hunting has been so good for me. That's awesome. It's like, I'm not going to say it saved my life, because that's super dramatic, but in a sense it did. Yeah. Like, it really did. Yeah. And yeah, and I'm so thankful for that. So, yeah. Cool. That's great, man. That's good. Well, shit, thanks for coming. Yeah, dude. Thanks for having Eric. Me. Appreciate it. That's fun. Appreciate it. Have fun out there. Have fun in Montana. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna go shoot some foam. Yeah. Well, we'll be looking forward to the upcoming projects. Yeah, dude. We'll see you around. Sounds good. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, as always, for listening to and watching Sidechannels. Sidechannels is produced and edited by yours truly, as well as Spencer Arps, Kobe Voita, Jeff Galbraith, Jesse Lou Galbraith, and Colin Wiseman. Thanks to Patagonia Fly Fishing for their support. Visit patagonia.com/fly-fishing to learn more about the new River Salt wading boots too. Kobe. Yeah. People like what we're doing here with the podcast. What can they do if they want to get some more Fly Fish Journal? I would probably recommend asking a friend for a back issue if your friends are hip to the Fly Fish Journal. I like that idea. If that fails, I would ask your local fly shop. There's a chance that they carry the Fly Fish Journal, and you can find subscription cards in copies. If the second option fails, I'm pretty sure you have an internet connection, and you can type into your browser theflyfishjournal.com/subscribe and support independent print media. Support independent print media. Get it in your mailbox. If you like what we do 4 times a year. Exactly. 100% of the time. Do it. Works. Do it. We'll see you soon with the next episode. Please like, subscribe, and leave a review. And don't forget to have fun out there and enjoy the process. We'll see you next time.